Okay. What's up, guys? Today we're going to be doing this while sitting on my bed. I'd love to receive some feedback about if you can hear me ruffling with my feathers, just kidding, my sheets or like the microphone or whatever, because I'm holding it in my hand as opposed to having it on the stand. Wow. Bars. Um, so yeah. Am I recording? Yes, okay. Really feels like it's been a long time since I've recorded one of these, and I believe that's because it has been. So, really hoping that everything's happening the way that I think it's happening, as far as recording the audio and video. So yeah. Today I wanted to do a Q&A cast of sorts. Oh, when you forget how to make an introduction for yourself because you suck at podcasting. Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome back to my podcast. My name is Emily, and I have a YouTube channel called A Chill Vegan. So if I ever talk about like, ooh, my video, or like, ooh, my comments, or whatever, that's what I'm referring to. If you're coming here straight from one of my podcast host website thingies, like iTunes or whatever, this is the Vegan Propaganda Podcast, where I talk about vegan stuff in the vegan world because I'm vegan, and I give my own opinions on them. Usually I talk about like current events or like issues with veganism or with going vegan or related topics. But today I wanted to do a Q&A cast because I haven't done one yet, and seems that a lot of people have a lot of questions. And yeah, so I asked on Instagram, on my Instagram story. I did the cute little questions thing, and I got a bunch of questions, and most of them are about vegan stuff. A few of them are like about me or my life or whatever, and I'll probably answer a few of those ones too. So if you're here for 100% vegan content, I apologize. But yeah, so I thought we would start out just by talking about like a few things that are like going on in the world or whatever, current announcements or current events or whatever, just cuz I haven't been on here for a while, so there's a couple things that I was going to just put your way. So I got my trusty laptop right here, and it's a little slippery on my thigh skin. But yeah. So one thing I was going to talk about was that there's a plant-based cooking show on Roku, which is really interesting. If you don't know what Roku is, it's like it's an alternative for those of us who don't have smart TVs, or TVs that have Wi-Fi or whatever. So like I have Roku and multiple TVs in this house, and that just sounded like it was my own house in my parents' house. And basically you plug it into your TV, and there's all these different like apps like there is on your phone for like Netflix, Hulu, Amazon. There's also like one for Pandora or whatever. You just download the apps that you want, and it's all through Wi-Fi. So yeah, that wasn't really necessary for me to explain all that. But anyways, there's a plant-based cooking show on there now on the actual Roku app. There's a Roku app on the Roku console, if that makes sense. And it's called Trying Vegan with Mario. And honestly, I haven't like watched any episodes of it yet because I just recently like heard about it. But Mario seems dope. He just seems like a chill like guy. I'm sorry. Me like saying the word chill is like cringe to me because I've like created myself as this chill vegan. So when I say chill, it's just like too much. It's cringe, you know? Uh anyways, um it's too much on brand, you know what I mean? So he seems pretty cool. I will be watching the show somehow, wherever it is and however many episodes there are. I'll watch at least one before the next podcast, and I'll talk about it. But in the meantime, you guys can check it out. I believe there's some stuff on YouTube too, but he's had like some guests on, and they make recipes and stuff. it seems pretty like it doesn't feel like a Food Network show at all. Like it's not that like fancy um at this point, but hey, maybe someday it will be. I don't know. Let's all support Mario. He seems like a chill dude. Oh my god. Um so yeah, I just thought that was really interesting and unexpected. I honestly can't believe that. I mean, I this seems unexpected because I'm like, oh, like a vegan cooking show. That's so cool. But at the same time, I'm also like very surprised that like Food Network hasn't had a vegan show yet. Um as far as I know. I would oh my god, Emily. I was going to say that I'm surprised that Food Network hasn't even had like a vegetarian show yet, but I could be wrong on that. I'm not like a, diehard Food Network fan. I do love it, but like I could have missed something. But just because like um that just seems like something that would be really interesting to people that aren't vegan as well, like just to see like just check it out, like what's going on. Um so yeah. For those of you who didn't know, Hannah Hart, popular YouTuber, had I don't know if she still has one, but she had a Food Network show for a while. Um, so I've been waiting for like, you know, more YouTubers to pop up on there and channels of the like. Also, on HGTV, there's all these like tiny home shows, and I believe one of the tiny home shows, the hosts of that show started on YouTube as like a tiny home show on YouTube. I think. I'm not sure which tiny home show it is, but yeah, I just think it's really interesting to see like people come from YouTube to having their own TV show on like a main channel, not just one of those like weird obscure channels that you have to like pay extra for, but like a main channel. And we're at 7 minutes. It's chill. I'm gonna try to not edit this one because then I can make more podcasts. It's it was slow for me before because I was like editing each one and I would take like multiple hours to edit each one. So I'm trying to to accept myself, accept my mistakes, accept my slip ups, and give you the raw content that you guys deserve. So yeah. Oh my gosh, rapper will.i.am was on um I was going to say Romeo's show, Mario's show. Have I said Mario? Have I been saying Romeo? Oh my god. Okay. That's really all I need my laptop for now. Um but I had some more stuff on my phone. I'm going to be looking at my phone a lot today, guys. So if you're wondering, I have some screenshots on here and also I'll be reading all the questions from here. So, but so a long time ago, this is a screenshot from a long time ago. But as I said before, I haven't done this podcast for a while, so there's some stuff. Gardein, which many of you guys know is like my favorite vegan meat company. Besides like Beyond Burger, I do love the Beyond Burger, but Gardein spans a lot more options. And I've really actually enjoyed everything that I've tried from them so far. They make really good chicken tenders, like chicken nuggets, and like sweet and sour pork. They make really good fish fillets. Anyways, so they came out with these skillet meals that have been seen at Target. One is a chicken Florentino and a Italian style rigatoni and sausage meal. I just wanted to put that out there because I think they look good and like they're definitely something that I would want to try. However, it's at least at this Target it was $7.50 for a bag that contains 2 servings. So I don't know, that seemed pretty expensive to me, but if anyone sees them for cheaper or tries them and has opinions, let me know in the comments below. Also, I'm not sure if I talked about this in a previous episode or if I have just ranted about it to myself too many times. But I've gone to Starbucks and been told that I've tried to order a vanilla bean drink, and then at the last second I was like, that one doesn't have any dairy in it, right? The coconut milk, vanilla bean, what is it? Coconut milk, vanilla bean latte, which by the way I really like, is really good. I would recommend to get it. What do they call it? Upside down or whatever, where it's like mixed together better. I don't know. Anyways, so I tried to order that at Starbucks one time, and at the last second I was like, that one doesn't contain any dairy, right? Because I just like, I had a moment of doubt and like just wanted to make sure. And she was like, oh no, that one has dairy. And I was like, shit, like I definitely thought that I heard that that one was vegan. What have I done? And then she was like explaining how her little brother um has a lot of allergies, so she has to like look up everything for him, and she looked that one up and it had like milk in the vanilla bean stuff. So I was like, what? Dude, like I feel like I've seen multiple like vegan accounts or like vegan news networks or whatever talk about this as like a vegan drink. And I was like, dang, okay, well, I'll just order the different drink. And then as I got in the car, I like looked it up again just like to see like if I was going crazy or not. And everything was still saying that it was vegan, and I looked up like the ingredients and it all looked vegan to me, so I was really confused. I think I posted about it, and then someone, a Starbucks employee, I wish I had the chat pulled up right now. I swear I talked about this in a podcast, didn't I? Am I going crazy? Anyways, a Starbucks employee told me that there was like milk ingredients in it, um, but the packaging changed or something, so she wasn't sure anymore. She said like the old packaging made it more clear, and I was like, well, hopefully like that means that they changed the recipe and now it is vegan. And she was like, I don't know. So I don't know if that sounded like weird, but she didn't know. And then um, and then someone else sent me, let's see, this person, I do have their name. Thank you to Chaneen. I don't know if that's how you're supposed to say it, but it's CHA_NEEN. They sent me a bunch of screenshots of Starbucks posted a picture of the drink, and someone in the comments said, is this vegan friendly? Starbucks said, it's not certified vegan, but yes, the coconut milk and vanilla bean powder do not have ingredients derived from animals. So yeah, so if anyone had any issues with the vanilla bean fraps before, or the vanilla bean coconut milk drink, Starbucks clarified it themselves. And if anyone's confused, I know it's kind of confusing when things are like not certified vegan, but they're vegan, or like they're not certified vegan, but they're plant-based or whatever. I'm not 100% sure like what that means in every scenario, but from what I've seen, a lot of the time that's referring to like things like the sugar that is processed with bone char or whatever, where a lot of vegans will still eat that product, but it's hard for the company to like officially certify it as vegan, because they could get in trouble for that from other vegans who are, more against that. Um, and other things like contamination or whatever that can cause problems. But um, yeah, I'm sure Starbucks, the huge company that they are, would not just throw out the vegan friendly word term willy nilly. So yeah, vanilla bean is safe. I just want to put that out there because yeah, vanilla queens, where you at? So also can't get my phone to work, but some shoes news. Any sneakerheads out there? So Reeboks came out with some sustainable vegan shoes made of corn and cotton, which is really interesting. Also, Adidas, if I can find this. Stella McCartney and Adidas launched the first vegan leather Stan Smith shoe. And I should show the pictures. Or should I just edit them in? That's like work though. you guys can see that. You guys also have Google, right? So, anyways, um, so yeah, that's pretty cool. This is like the Adidas shoe is like that classic Adidas that like everyone has. Um, yeah, it's like that. And see, I'm happy about hearing about like vegan shoes from big companies like that because obviously like I'd want every shoe to be made vegan, but it can only excite me so much when those companies are not like they're still not like fair trade or sweatshop free or whatever. Actually, I don't know specifically anything about Reeboks because I don't know if I've ever researched them, but Adidas and like Nike definitely have issues with the way they treat their workers and their pay and their factories and whatnot. So, yeah, I just wanted to put that out there though. Um, like if you're gonna shop at Adidas or if you're gonna shop Reeboks, like of course it's better for you to shop the vegan options. Also, another thing from Starbucks about Starbucks, they dropped these new protein blended cold brew drinks. I guess they're not that new anymore because again, Emily is kind of dumb, but this is from like mid August. Um, I can't remember the specific flavors, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to recommend them to you anyways. Basically, I heard about this, I posted about it, and then immediately I had like all these Starbucks baristas. I love how many baristas follow me. I think that's so fascinating. Every time I post something about Starbucks, because Starbucks are everywhere, I get like 20 messages or comments or whatever from all these different people who work at Starbucks telling me all the details and stuff. And I love it. Like, please keep doing that because, like, obviously I'm going to trust you over, like, anyone else. But it's just funny. So they came out with these two protein blended cold brew drinks, and basically everyone's saying that they suck. And some people are saying it's because of the pea protein, which makes sense because that isn't exactly the most delicious flavor for like a coffee drink. Um, it's it's a vegetable, so of course you need to doctor it up with some stuff. But other people are saying also it's like a date syrup that they use to sweeten it that tastes very like artificial or something. So, yeah, just thought I should share that information so you don't waste any of your money. But at the same time, it upsets me because, like, I'm like, well, I want to support the vegan options, but also, like, I'm not trying to buy something that I don't like. But a lot of people are also saying that you can, like, if you replace the date syrup with a banana or with the regular syrup or whatever, then it's good. Or you can replace pea protein with something else or something. So, yeah, that's just interesting. And last but not least, I'm going to talk about before I get into the questions is Einstein Bros Bagels. Um, I couldn't tell you where exactly they are in the US because I don't have one here. That's all I know. But basically, they all or select locations in the U.S. came out with a vegan cream cheese option, which is super dope. And now on to the questions. And I just realized that it's gonna take me a second to get there because Instagram doesn't have the best format yet for their new questions thing. But yeah. So it's weird when you can see my leg. Like I want to move my leg, but then I'm like. It's weird. It's just like a naked leg. Okay. Let's start from the bottom, like just switch it up a little bit. Okay, so what's your fave Abba song? Totally so we're just starting off with the non-vegan related things. But is that fun? Let me know in the comments if you like hearing about the non-vegan related stuff along with the vegan stuff. Cuz I like talking about it, but like if you guys are all coming here for vegan content and I'm giving you not, then I'm sorry. But yeah, so what's your favorite ABBA song? I honestly am only really familiar with the like hits of ABBA because I have a album. That's what I listen to the most. That's where I get my ABBA fix is a greatest hits. I mean, it's got a lot of songs on there, but yeah, anyways, That's what I know best from Abba. And my favorite at this point in my life is Chiquita. I said that so stupidly, but it's basically like a girl trying to comfort her friend who just got is going through like hard times, and she's like, dude, like you can do this, like you're gonna be so happy, like in just a little bit of time, like everything's cool, you know. And yeah, it's just like women supporting women. We love friendship here on this channel. It's a really good song. Everyone should listen to it. It makes me really happy, and the piano solo at the end should be longer, cuz it's wonderful. It gets me hyped, if you know what I mean. Um yeah, you have to listen to it really long, really loud. Yeah. Okay, thoughts on the Nike campaign scandal. Back to the Nike. So for those of you who didn't know, Nike made Kaepernick the face of their new campaign, and it was like, believe in something, even if you have to sacrifice everything, because he protested, and a bunch of people hated him and wanted to like kill him just because he knelt. But so yeah, a bunch of Republicans, conservatives were really upset about it. They're burning their Nike products, which is just laughable. Um, it's just I there's this trend of like conservative. This is actually related to like the vegans I I mindset, I would think, because like it's really interesting how there's this trend of like conservatives not understanding what it what the point of protesting is or boycotting something. Like for example, this Nike issue, it's like these conservatives, they don't agree with what Nike is doing, and so they're burning their Nike products, right? And like while I think that their like reasoning for not agreeing with Nike is stupid, I like agree with the mindset of like, oh, if a company does stuff that's against your morals, like don't support that company anymore. Like boycott the company. Obviously, that's why I'm freaking vegan and why I care about like sweatshop stuff and whatnot. But like, it doesn't make any sense to like burn the stuff that you already bought. Like, what are you even like? Okay, great. If you don't like Nike, stop supporting them, whatever. But like, why are you burning the stuff? Like, you already bought it. They don't give a shit. You're not hurting them at all by burning their stuff. You're just making yourself look stupid. And also, if you really cared about like people, like maybe donate the shoes that you're not gonna wear that look like perfectly fine condition. Like a lot of people were saying, like if you really care about veterans, like why don't you donate those shoes to like homeless veterans? Like what? It's just really, it's embarrassing. I don't understand what their like motive is for that. And so a lot of people are bringing up like what happened like last Christmas, where a lot of conservatives, staunch Christians were really mad at Starbucks for like not promoting Christian holidays as much as they used to, because their cups were plain red instead of having like Christmas trees on them or whatever, because they're trying to be like inclusive. And so a bunch of conservatives would go to Starbucks, order a Starbucks drink, walk up to the counter, or not walk up to the counter. As they're ordering the drink, you know how you always have to tell them your name, and they would say that their name was Merry Christmas. So the cashier would have to yell out Merry Christmas, just so they can like, infiltrate their local Starbucks with the Christian message, which is just like, and I'm not trying to like make fun of Christians at all, like believe me, that's not at all what I'm going for here, but just these Christians. Um and yeah, it's really embarrassing, cuz it's like if you don't like Starbucks, like why are you literally financially supporting them by buying a drink? Like son, I don't understand. But yeah, so that was just funny. Um yeah. So next on the chopping block. Oh, I was also gonna say, like, in this particular situation, of course I'm on Nike's side with the like ads and stuff, but overall I still don't like Nike because of the way they treat their workers. I own some Nike shoes from like a long time ago, but yeah, like I'm probably never gonna buy them again, as far as I can see. But like, it has nothing to do with that. It's just like I wish their ethics were better otherwise. Um, yeah. Uh, so what's one question you wished your subscribers asked more often, and then answer it? I read all these questions prior to doing this, so I already saw that one, and when I saw that one, I was like, wow, that's a really good question. Too bad I can't think of one though right now, so maybe I'll get back to it later. But if I think of one, but I think that's a good question that I can't answer. Some questions that aren't really questions. Why is your skin so good? My skin really isn't that good. I really think that a lot of it is just like my camera makes my skin look really smooth. Smooth. So you guys like to compliment me on it a lot, but it's really not that like perfect. It's very dry. I have like really bad clogged pores. I don't really know what to do about. I don't just want to complain. Like I have fine skin, but I just like I think you are getting not the best image of it, not the most accurate image of it from my videos. So discussing vegetarian slash vegan eats meat for the first time videos. Example, Emma Chamberlain's video. And when I saw that question, hadn't seen her video. I didn't know that she made that. And so I watched it last night. And I like Emma Chamberlain. I think she's really funny and creative. I know there's been a lot of like controversy with her. Like people are saying she used to bully people like in middle school or whatever. And I mean, I'm not going to comment on that. There's no way of me knowing for sure. And like also who cares? Like people can change. But wow, when you totally forget what you were even going to say. Oh yeah, with her clothing line and stuff, there's some issues with that. I'm not going to go into that. Um but yeah, anyways, so she made a video that was like vegetarian eats meat for the first time. Um and basically she has like, I don't know if she's ever been officially vegan. From what it looks like, she isn't now because I was watching one of her videos and I thought she was saying that she was going to get a quesadilla. Of course, it could have been like a vegan quesadilla. They're in LA, but I don't think so. She didn't. It didn't seem like it was, but but I've heard her like talk about like vegan food a lot, and like I know she eats a lot of vegan food because I've seen in her videos her talk about like she gets like stomach problems from like dairy and a lot of things. So anyways, so I guess she's been vegetarian like basically all her life. Her parents were vegetarian, and so that's just how she was raised. And she's had like little bits of meat a few times throughout her life, but not much. And so then she did this video with the Dolan twins, or with mainly one of them. Sorry, I don't really watch them, so I don't know which one's which. But basically they bought her a bunch of meat products and had her try all of them, and she was kind of having to like guess which one's which and stuff. And she, from what I saw, she just took like a bite or two of everything. Cuz my main concern when I see videos like that, and dairy too, is like them getting sick, because I know I've heard of like a lot of people who they don't eat meat or dairy for a long time. Their body obviously isn't used to eating that. So then if they eat it again in significant amounts, then they get sick. They throw up, they don't feel good. just don't react to it well. Um, and so, I mean, I'm glad she only took like bites from everything, but she did try a lot of stuff. She tried chicken nuggets, steak, a few types of sushi, an In-N-Out burger, and just general chicken, like a chicken leg. I think that's it. Um, yeah. And um what else was I going to say? Well, okay. So I don't like those videos necessarily. Like it's not exactly something that I want to see. But it doesn't bother me too much. I mean, I guess it depends on the situation, of course, but hers didn't bother me very much. I think if it was someone who like for example, like if I did that um just like out of nowhere after like praising the vegan diet and the vegan message for so long and being vegan for so long and then all of a sudden just like ate meat like I didn't like it didn't mean anything to me, like it wasn't a big deal. I think that would be super problematic because people would just be very, I think a lot of you guys would feel very betrayed first of all. Um just because it's like why? Like I don't know. I think that's just kind of, it doesn't really make sense. Um, and I personally wouldn't want to do it just because I just wouldn't feel right doing it. But like with her, I don't know. I don't really care that much because first of all, she's not vegan. She's not a vegan channel. She doesn't like talk about veganism a lot. Um, so I don't know. Like I'm not surprised that it's not a big deal to her to try some meat. It does kind of bother me to see them like buy all this meat, like support all these meat companies um just for a video, but at the same time like it's like when you really break it down, I don't think it's that big of a deal because like I'm sure the boys like ate the rest of her food anyways, like I'm sure they didn't just throw that away. Um and like I said, she's not like a staunch vegan as far as I know. So like why should people be like hating on her for like eating some meat? Like as far as her entire life goes, she's still eaten far less meat than the vast majority of people. I mean, she's eaten less meat than me in her life and she's not even vegan. But like I mean, I don't know. Like it's of course like I'd rather her not eat this meat or like buy these meat products for the video, but like when you really think about it, like I don't know, if you've never eaten meat in your life or never bought like a meat product and then you buy like seven different things for one video, it seems like a lot cuz it's like all in one video, but in reality it's like her meat footprint is still like way smaller than like anybody else's. But yeah, so as far as her video goes, it didn't really bother me. But and also because she didn't paint like it wasn't the video didn't paint like meat in like a positive image anyways, you know, like at the end of the day she still like felt gross about it. She said she had like the meat sweats at the end of the video. And I mean, the fact that she was making like a big deal for everything and like she like didn't like a lot of it or like didn't care for it or whatever, or she said like the flavor was good but the texture grossed her out or whatever. Like it's not like she like had been vegan or vegetarian for so long and then ate meat and was like, "Oh my god, my life has changed. Like now I'm never going back to being vegetarian. Like I need this in my life. Where have you been?" You know, then that would be like pretty disappointing to see. But I mean, she tried all this stuff and she still was like, "Yeah, I'm probably still going to be vegetarian now." So, yeah. But that's my opinion. Like if I think it doesn't really bother me in her case, but like if a vegan person who'd been vegan for a long time touting the vegan message all of a sudden was like eating meat like it was no big deal, would bother me, especially if afterwards they were like really enjoying it. and like wanting to go back to eating meat. Yeah, so yeah, I think I've talked too much on that topic. Now let's talk about, since going vegan, how has your relationship with food changed? Um, I think it's had its ups and downs as a non-vegan and as a vegan. I definitely think that I've like gone through phases of like disordered eating habits. I've never had like an eating disorder. I've never been very serious about that, and I'm very like grateful for that. But as most young girls in society have experienced, I've definitely like been problematic in like counting calories and like um restricting myself and like, feeling good about myself when I would like not eat a meal for some reason or something. So but like that's happened like as vegan and as not a vegan. But I think generally my relationship with food has been better as a vegan. Um Especially like now, just because, well, first of all, a big part of it is like I think it's easier to keep weight down while eating a normal vegan diet than it is eating a normal non-vegan diet. Um and I mean like just your average diet, because vegan food is just typically lighter um and easier to digest. So, that helps. But also a lot of, well, I don't know, it's hard to say because like I want to say like there's a lot of like the vegan community on YouTube and stuff is promotes like intuitive eating and like eating till you're full and like eating what makes you happy and stuff like that. But also there's a lot of like really shitty um things that people promote in the vegan community on YouTube too, like about being really like super healthy and like restrictive and stuff. So, but at least the people that I've watched and who've influenced me the most have been like people who have been pretty relaxed about that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think like it's generally gone up since I've gone vegan, but like I've still like gone through bad times as a vegan too. Um so yeah, milk with an I versus milk with a Y, and other misspellings of milk. Just like my opinion on it, or what? I think, I think it's kind of cool. I guess like it's easier to type milk with a Y than it is to type non-dairy milk. Um, I don't personally use that, or like chicken with a KN, um, or stuff like that. I honestly think they're funny most of the time. Like I think it's sometimes it's kind of cringy. But like I get it. Like I get the point. It's easier to write that than to put like vegan, plant-based chicken alternative or something like that, you know? But also I wonder like about people who go into like a vegan restaurant not knowing anything about veganism and seeing like all these weird things like spelled wrong and just being like, what is going on? So, yeah. Um do you think being vegan in eating disorder recovery is a good idea? Because I guess that's kind of controversial. I was also gonna pair this with something someone asked me on Tumblr. Let's check that this is still recording. Yeah. Okay. We're at 39 minutes now. Chill. Okay. Should speed it up. Hi, Emily. I just want to say I've been suffering from an eating disorder for about a year and a half, but becoming a vegan has helped me overcome a lot of guilt and anxiety that used to haunt me whenever I ate. Channels like yours especially helped me because you eat normally and you're around my age. Okay, this was not the right question that I was supposed to read, but but what a nice comment. Um was that what I was supposed to read? Oh no, I was supposed to read this one. Okay, whoops. Um, Well, that's still relevant though. Like, I have got a lot of comments from people saying that like my videos have helped them with their relationship with food because I'm very like relaxed about things, and like if I want to eat something, I will eat it. But I have come to the point where I'm pretty good about like, not going crazy with like unhealthy foods, or not like restricting and then binging and stuff like that. Which I am so proud to be that kind of like help for people. Um, that was never like my main goal, was to like help people with eating disorders, because that's never something that I thought I'd be able to do, because mainly I've never had an eating disorder, so I, you know, didn't think that's like my place. But I mean, if you get that from my videos, then that's like amazing. That makes me so happy. Um yeah, and I think it's like even cooler because that's not what I'm trying to do, but that I just like ended up doing that. So, yeah, someone said, I've been wanting to go vegan, but I'm recovering from an eating disorder, so my doctors didn't want me to. I feel very guilty about eating animals. Is it selfish to eat meat until I'm recovered? Um, and this is like obviously a touchy topic, and as I said, I've never had an eating disorder, so I don't feel comfortable giving like straight up advice like, oh no, you need to go vegan, or oh, you can't go vegan, or whatever. I think at the end of the day, obviously, like it's up to you, and you need to listen to your own body, and figure out your own situation, what works for you and stuff. But what I would say is, um, well, okay, let me think about this. Well, I think going I already say all the time that like I don't think it's the best idea for people to go vegan cold turkey or like overnight or whatever, because I think that's just too much at once. But especially when you are dealing with like an eating disorder, or any type of like dieting issues, um, I think it's definitely important that you don't do it like quickly, like you don't jump straight into it. Because while, of course, I don't think that veganism is restrictive as a lifestyle, um, it, it, it is at first. You know what I mean? Like, me living as a vegan in my like 7th year of veganism, I don't feel like I'm being restricted at all. I don't even think about it. Even like in the 2nd year of being veganism, I didn't feel like that. But in the beginning, of course, like you're literally restricting yourself, because you used to eat this, and now you're saying I cannot eat this. Um, and so like, it's hard, and then you get used to it, and then it's not hard at all. But anyways, if you're in like a bad place with food, and then you're telling yourself like I can't eat this, I don't think that that's going to be good for you. Um, so I would suggest um, definitely taking it slow. But like, I also don't think that it's healthy for you to say that you can't be vegan when you're, struggling with food, Like that doesn't seem healthy either. So I think just like take it slow, and be careful, like really pay attention to like how you're feeling and how your body is like reacting to different foods and stuff. But don't like, I don't know, don't don't do anything too quickly. If that, I don't know, I feel like I'm just repeating myself over and over again. But basically, like, I don't know, I just think it's especially important if you're in a bad place with food to take your time. Um and I definitely think that people can go vegan while in recovery, and I definitely think that veganism can help people through their recovery. But I also don't think that that's the case for everyone. I think for some people that might freak them out too much, and might like saying I can't eat this is triggering in some situations. So, yeah. Basically, just at the end of the day, do what feels right, but be careful. Um don't beat yourself up about it. That's another thing I was gonna say. Is it selfish to eat meat until I'm recovered? I feel very guilty about eating animals. Don't feel guilty about like being safe, you know? The worst thing would be to like do too much and then relapse to where you were before. Um but I've had a lot of people tell me that like I'm not crying. I've had a lot of people like message me or comment that like going vegan and like having that other perspective to food other than like, oh, I'm eating this way so I can lose weight. I'm eating this way so I can be healthy. I'm eating this way so I can be cool or whatever, you know? Instead of all that like unhealthy ways of thinking about food, um like this is too many calories, this is too unhealthy, this is too much fat, blah blah blah. Instead you're thinking about like this is plant-based, like this is good for the environment, this is good for animals or whatever. You know, like it's a whole different way of looking at food. And even though you are like saying I'm not going to eat meat, I'm taking this out of my diet, you're taking it out of your diet for a re- a better reason than like, oh, this is, going to make me gain weight or whatever. So I think like I don't know. It's hard cuz I really don't want to give like straight up advice to people that I'm not um that I don't think that I'm what's the word? That I don't think I should give. Okay, I can't think of the word. Um oh, that's going to bother me. Okay, well, anyways, and also find on YouTube, there's a lot of YouTubers who have come from eating disorder backgrounds. There's also a lot of like food diary Instagram accounts that I've seen over the years. Um a lot that follow me that are like in recovery and going vegan at the same time. So I definitely think that it would probably be helpful to put yourself in that community and like follow other people that are in the similar situation as you, because they'll be easier to talk to you about it and relate to you than I will. So yeah, just find other people that are either going through the same thing as you or have gone through the same thing as you and see what kind of advice they can give you. And also I think it's always just helpful for people to like be validated in their struggles with other people. So, yeah. Anyways, I talk too much. Has any of your close friends or family changed their diet because of you? If yes, how so? Definitely a lot of my family, well, my like mom and dad have definitely changed their diets a lot over the years of me being vegan and my brother being vegan when he was at some point. Um Partly just because there's different food in the house now, and also partly because I've forced them to try many things. And yeah, so my dad's eaten a lot more vegan stuff, just inherently because there's a lot of more vegan stuff in the house. But like my mom, um, and we're all eating non-dairy milk now, in the house, like for cereal and stuff, which is really exciting. It took 7 years to get there, but big milestone for me. Um, Used to just be me and my mom. But my mom is like at the house, she'll eat like non-dairy milk, non-dairy butter, non-dairy whatever. She'll sometimes eat like non-dairy cheese. Um, but she's not at all vegan, especially when like going out, and she doesn't eat meat very much. But also what was really cute, I like felt like emotional. Uh I made Beyond Burgers with my family for the first time a few weeks ago, with Casey. And when my mom was trying the burger, I was like asking her what she thought of it and stuff. And she said that it was really good, blah blah blah. Actually, she said it was like the best burger that she's ever had, and I didn't believe her, and I still don't really believe her. But she said she was being truthful. She said it was really good, but then she also said, she was like, it's just so nice to like not have to worry about like an animal being hurt for like your burger or whatever. And I was like, Mom, that's veganism. Yeah, it was a touchy moment, mother daughter moment. That didn't really have to do with the question, but well, yeah, it did. A lot of my extended family has started being like vegetarian and vegan. I hate to like take full credit for that, but I'm sure like I've influenced that a lot, to some degree, you know. But yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of change, and my friends too. Um, but also like, of course, I'm sure a lot of that is just from like the times have changed and like vegan food is becoming more popular, just in general. Beep beep boop bop beep 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 boop pop pop. What are you planning to do after college? Well, my ultimate goal was always to own, not always, but was for a while to own a restaurant or cafe or something, fast casual business restaurant. Yeah, I planned to start with like a food truck, or like pop-ups or something like that, so I can like get some experience with like owning a food business and build a customer base, followers on Instagram, etc. um but I don't like I'm not eager to start that right away because like I have a job now, like I see myself, um like say if I was working like a minimum wage job at Taco Bell or whatever, then like after college I would definitely want to get out of that like ASAP and start like my own business. But because I'm fortunate enough to have this YouTube thing going on, where I can potentially like make a um adequate salary to live on my own and move out and do things, then I'm going to stick with that for a while. I think I see myself being on YouTube for at least a few years after college, like full-time YouTube. Pop 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 possibly getting like a part-time job somewhere like at a coffee shop or something, after I move out, just for like extra rent money and also customer service experience, but in the restaurant field. But yeah, I'm not eager to get away from YouTube anytime soon because I still think I have so much to grow and so much to do. And right next to that, what are you planning on doing with your college degree? So, yeah, I'm an entrepreneurship business major with a concentration in entrepreneurship. Um, and yeah, I want to own like a restaurant, but also I've thought about actual like entrepreneurship where you like start multiple businesses, um cuz I think I'm definitely an idea person. I always have a lot of ideas for like everything. So, yeah, I'd like to put that to use. And obviously, as you guys could guess, every like I just want to start a bunch of businesses, but all of them are like having to do with the same stuff, like conscious consumerism, veganism, blah blah blah, minimal waste and all this stuff. So yeah, hopefully I'll do that someday, open some cool businesses so you guys can support. Where do you see yourself in 2 years? Doing YouTube. Hopefully living in Southern California. My dream location is San Diego, but probably somewhere cheaper in the Southern California area. Where would you like to travel overseas? Literally everywhere. I mean, not literally everywhere, but like, I've never been one of those people that's like, oh, I want to go to Paris, you know, or like, I want to go to Tokyo. It's like, I will go like anywhere, anywhere that I can be like generally safe and prepared. Please take me there. I mean, I'd prefer warmer and moderate climates to cold and snowy, but at the same time, there's plenty of very cold places that I would love to go. So yeah. I just want to go places. Never been out of the continental United States. Actually, I've never been out of the United States in general. Um, yeah. Uh, what do you feel about young vegetarians who can't go vegan but are doing all they can? Um, I think it depends. I mean, because like I've seen a lot of people that say like that they are vegan wherever they can be, or like they're trying to be vegan or whatever. And I don't push people, like, especially like in high school when you're not making your own income, you're under your parents' roof. Like, there's only so much you can do to be fully vegan. I'm not going to like push those people or like guilt those people into being vegan because I totally understand that it's not that easy. But at the same time, like, I've seen a lot of people who like they act like they're doing all they can, but then they still order like non-vegan stuff when the vegan option is like totally available, you know? Like if you're like saying you're doing all you can, but then you go to Chipotle and get like something non-vegan when it's like super easy to get vegan food at Chipotle, it's like maybe you're lying to yourself. But again, like if you truly are like doing what you can, like and you feel that you're like, you know, progressing at like a mostly steady rate, then like freaking good for you. You know what I mean? Like I don't see that as a failure at all. If you're eating vegan wherever the option is available, um then props to you, my friend. That was just not a very good answer. Um but yeah, I think let me simplify it. Okay. I think you're doing great as long as you truly are doing all that you can. You know what I mean? Like if you're lying to yourself and saying that you're doing all you can, but really you're kind of like being lazy, then like come on, dude, you can do it. But also if you like really are doing what you can, then like good job. I mean, either way, good job if you're doing something. Have you had any trouble dating as a vegan? Um, I haven't really dated, so can't really answer that. I've had a lot of questions about like dating as a vegan and stuff, and I just don't have a lot of content to share. Um, so yeah, but I have some opinions, I guess, just from like observing other people. I just want to put it out there that um don't like make non-veganism a deal breaker. Don't do that. I think that's so like problematic. I don't like those videos that are like how to find a vegan boyfriend, you know, like how I got my vegan boyfriend or whatever. I it's always boyfriend too. I've never seen a girlfriend video. Um cuz it's always girls just are vegan, you know? There's so many more vegan girls than there is boys. Anyways, so yeah, everyone wants like a vegan partner. Like they're already vegan. I can't really relate. I mean, of course it'd be great for like and friends too. Like when I'm talking about this, I'm talking about friends too, but like of course I'd love to like make friends and like find romantic partners that are already vegan. Like that's great. But like don't don't look for someone to date or look for friends. Well, actually, never mind. Looking for friends is a little different cuz like you probably already have friends that are not vegan that you love, but you want like vegan friends to do vegan stuff with. Then like I totally get that. I want that too. But with like relationships, because everyone wants to find the one, you know, you want to find your perfect person, you know what I'm saying? Um don't like limit yourself just because you don't want to date someone who isn't vegan, you know? Cuz like for me, when I like raise a family, I need it to be like a vegan environment. You know what I mean? Like I'm not going to force my kids to be vegan. That's saying that I have kids. I'm not going to force them to be vegan, but like I'm gonna force the household to be a vegan household. You know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna make them meat. I'm not gonna want people eating meat in the house. If someone like brought home a cupcake from school that had like milk in it, I'm not gonna like, punch a wall. But like, we're gonna have like vegan food in the fridge and stuff. Like it's gonna be just vegan because that's how I want to raise a family and raise a home. And so like obviously like at that point whoever I'm with needs to be, I mean they need to be vegan, like in my opinion. That's just like the life that I want to have. But like when I find them now, they don't have to be, cuz like I don't know, I think when people say like they want to find a vegan boyfriend or a vegan girlfriend or whatever, that you're really limiting yourself, because like honestly making like converting someone to veganism can be like a really fun and like um good bonding experience for the both of you. Like you can really grow together and like get to know each other and get closer together spiritually through that like experience. So I don't know, like just find someone that you like and who you click with and who you get along with. And if they are like, I think that's like a good test to see like if they really are someone that you should be in a relationship with. Like if you meet someone and you like them and you think you're getting along really well, and then like they don't seem to be like taking to the vegan thing very much. Um, like they either don't agree with it, they're against it, they say stuff like they could never be vegan or whatever, and they just don't seem to be like progressing or like interested in it, then maybe they're not the right person for you. I don't know. Like I'm not going to judge you for staying with them, but like I don't know. Like your morals might be different, but you might like get with someone and they're not at all vegan in the beginning, but then like once they get to know you and like see how you live and stuff and they're inspired by you, then like who knows, like maybe they might be vegan in the next month or whatever. You never know, you know what I mean? I never thought my dad would like stop drinking cow milk, and here he is putting soy milk in his granola. So times are changing. But yeah. And also I think like as far as like liking people has gone, I've always been like complicated, not just because of the vegan thing, but just because like I think I'm very judgmental. And not in like a mean way, but just like for like someone I'm going to be with, like I'm very um I have high standards. So yeah. Not high standards, but just like very specific standards, you know? So, do you have a sibling? And if you do, are they vegan? I have a brother. I think a lot of people are confused because like I've said that like I went vegan because of my brother's influence, but he's not vegan anymore. Um, Basically that's the whole story. He doesn't live here anymore. He lives in Minneapolis, Minnesota. You've probably seen my Minneapolis, Minnesota videos, maybe if you watch my channel. And he isn't like vegan, but he's still, and I don't want to get into like all that because that's too long of like a story, an explanation and stuff. But he's not like, it's not like he's like against veganism now. Like he still eats like a lot of vegan food and like vegetarian food and like health food and whatnot. His wife and him are always like making like green smoothies and stuff. So um yeah. When meeting new people, when and how do you tell them you're vegan? Love you too. um I avoid it for sure. I think it's different for me than like a lot of you guys. Maybe you feel more the urge to, express yourself as a vegan in public. Whereas I feel like I get enough of that online, so I don't feel the need to like tell people that I'm vegan or like have people know that I'm vegan. Um, but definitely like when you don't have like an outlet like social media like I do, and you don't have to be like a YouTuber or like an established following to like express yourself online with like veganism and stuff. Like any of you guys can make like an Instagram account and post all your food and stuff. And even if you only have 100 followers, like that's still 100 people who are like, you know, digesting your message. You know what I'm saying? Um, what was I even saying? Oh yeah, I don't I don't really feel the need to like tell people, and I definitely don't want to be like, that stereotype. So, I don't know. It seems to like always come up eventually though with people if I like talk to them a certain amount. Um but yeah, I think if you're like me and you don't want to like be the stereotype or like, come off the wrong way, but you still want to like just kind of, slip it in there that you're vegan just in case, so like if they're interested, they can ask you about it or whatever. And if they are vegan, then you can, make a friend. Um I used to have, it got pretty like dirty and I don't even know where it is now, but I used to have a tiny pin on my backpack that said go vegan. It was like really tiny. I like literally only put it on there just like in case there were other vegans at my school so that they would see that and like talk to me. No one did. I had like one person comment on it and they weren't vegan, but they were like interested, so that's cool. But yeah, I would suggest something like that if you're like me and you want to just be like under the radar, just like I'm vegan. So yeah, but I avoid it typically. But yeah, it'll come up eventually and I'll just be like, I'll try to be like, chill about it and act like I didn't know this was coming or whatever, but like I always know. How long have I been specking? 1 hour and 7 minutes. Okay, so let's eat my snack. Maybe this is kind of stupid because I can't set down this microphone. I'm just gonna sit down. Okay, so I have this activated superfood popcorn. I think my armpit's sweaty. Yep. Cinnamon twist with maca root, mesquite pod, reishi, and fermented ginger. How freaking weird. These are like superfood activated probiotic snacks that I've seen at Sprouts. And I bought this on Thrive actually though. And they have the vegan symbol on them. I just wanted to try them because it sounded weird. So yeah, I'm gonna set the microphone down and I'm gonna open this bag now. Yeah. Okay. I just sniffed it. Smells pretty good. Kind of different, you know? Just tried some. I taste a lot of cinnamon, which is really cool. It's okay. I like it. I just think that I think I was like expecting more of like a caramel corn thing where they're like coated with like sugary stuff. And they're not. But it's good. It's got a good flavor. It's very cinnamony. I would like to make this into like a snack mix with other stuff. I think that would be better. I probably wouldn't eat these on their own, but like mixed in with other things, that's pretty cool. Maybe like some dried apple, apple cinnamon, and some nuts, candied pecans. When you're a genius. Oh, marshmallows. Oh my god. You could also just do like a s'more thing with like marshmallows and chocolate. That'd be really good. Yeah, so anyways, they sell those at Sprouts and on Thrive, and I just thought they were fascinating. So that was such a like lame taste test. Let's take a shot every time I say something negative about myself. Ha ha ha. Okay. How are you doing these days? Pretty good. I'm okay. I mean, do you guys like these being like over an hour, or would you like them to be more like an hour? Because this is an hour and 11 minutes. I'm gonna go a few more minutes. I think at 1:15 I'm gonna stop it, or not stop it, but like start stopping it. You know what I'm saying? Um, what are your opinions on the Impossible Burger? Apparently, the company does animal testing, and I've been asked about this a few times. Just making sure I'm still recording. And yes, that's true. The Impossible Burger did some tests, or test or something like, so that they could get the approval for something. I can't remember specifically what it was for, but basically it's not like something that they are continuing to do. It was like they did it for certification of some sort. Let's Google it. Impossible Burger animal testing. So, I know this is like a touchy topic and it's been pretty controversial for the vegans of today. Um, I definitely don't like it, you know? I wish that it didn't happen, of course, but like, sorry. Oh my god. Okay, I didn't know that. I thought it was like one thing more than what is happening outside. This says more than. I swear somebody's like having an argument outside. More than 180 rats killed in Impossible Burger tests. Um, okay, blah blah blah. This is from PETA's website, which is already sketchy because I don't really trust PETA 100%. Um, they decided voluntarily to test one of its burger ingredients, soy something something, by feeding it to a total of 188 rats in three separate tests, killing them and cutting them up. None of them which it has ever been required to do in order to market its products. And the company did it after disregarding advice from a PETA scientist who said there's no need to hurt and kill animals to test its burger. Um, okay. So I definitely think that that's like problematic. Um, just because like it seems a little like um counter, what's the word I'm thinking of? Hypocritical, I guess, to like be promoting this like, oh, like plant-based, like no animals hurt for this burger, but then like some rats were killed. But at the same time, so like of course I wish that didn't happen, but at the same time I don't think that like this thing happening should like stop you from ever eating an Impossible Burger, or like we need to protest the company or whatever, because that incident is so like the effect of that incident on animals is so much smaller, so insignificant compared to the overall like effect that the Impossible Burger is going to be able to have from here on out for society and for animals as a whole. Um, and I will probably eat the Impossible Burger again in my life. I've only had it once, but like, you know, I'll probably eat it again to support vegan options. But with that said, Beyond Burger is still better in my opinion, just product wise, and also because they didn't do this. I think that's a little sketchy that they did that, just because like I don't know, definitely seems like there would have been a way around that. But at the same time, I think it's counterproductive to boycott the Impossible Burger when that's going to be a main vegan option for a long time, in a lot of places. Hopefully I explained that adequately. But yeah, if you're not okay with eating the Impossible Burger because of this, I understand. Like, I don't think that's crazy. I don't think that's a crazy way to feel. And we're already at 117. So, but I can't end with that because that's like sad. So, I'm going to do one more question. There's still so many more questions. I feel bad. There's a lot of good questions in here. Maybe I'll save these for the next one, like at the end when I was supposed to do questions. um. Have you guys heard the new Hosier? It's cool. Is that how you say that? That's how I've been saying it for a long time. Oh no. My little computer's gonna die. I mean, my camera. Well, whatever. It's okay if the end of the podcast is just black screen, right? So, something cute. Advice on how to love or at least like the body you're in. I should do something like a video or like a whole podcast on body positivity. Do you guys agree? Send me specific things to talk about if I do that, if you want me to. But that's too much to talk about right now. That would make the podcast very much longer. Do you get cravings? This is what I'm going to stop with. Do you get cravings for non-vegan stuff? Actually, two more because there's another question that I wanted to answer. Do you get cravings for non-vegan stuff? No. I get cravings for general things. Like I'll get a craving for like a donut. But I don't ever crave like specifically the non-vegan version of the donut. Like I just want a donut. Like I don't, I want the vegan one. I don't know. I don't think, I mean, for a long time, I always wanted to have like fish and chips because I used to love that as a kid, but I didn't like crave specifically fish and chips. I wanted vegan fish and chips, but it's just like that wasn't available to me. Now Gardein has their fish fillets, which are really good. That satisfy that craving. But before then, I would always crave like fish and chips, but like it wasn't specifically because I wanted fish. I just wanted like that similar like taste and texture or whatever. So yeah, or like I'll crave cheese, and like if I don't have like a very good vegan cheese, then I'm like, dang it. But I still like don't specifically crave the non-vegan cheese. I just crave like a better vegan cheese. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's just being dumb, but yeah. Last but not least, good friend Eric asked, Figgy, asked, hardest part about being vegan food wise, not like the stigma or nothing. And I remember seeing that question and I was like, I should answer that. So personally for me, the thing that irritates me the most is like, what hurts the most is when I'm like traveling with family or just like eating out with family or whatever, and they all want to go somewhere and there's no vegan stuff there. I'm just like, first of all, I'm like irritated with my family because I'm like, dudes, like, can we just like, you guys can eat whatever you want anytime you want, but you can't like do this for me just this one time. That's really frustrating. And yeah, just like the general thing that like you can't just like order whatever you want, like you have to like you can't just like walk into any restaurant and get something. I mean, sure, like you can get something vegan basically anywhere. Will it be like the most amazing meal that you've ever had? Probably not. But like you can walk into a steakhouse and at least eat like fries or like a salad or maybe like a pasta dish with like vegetables and olive oil or whatever. It's like you really can find vegan stuff at pretty much any place, but that's yeah, that's like the main thing that bothers me is that like I can't just walk up to like a donut shop and get some donuts. You know, I have to find a donut place that makes, or bakery or store that makes vegan donuts. Um so yeah, just the fact that it's not as popular as I wish it was. But I mean, every year we get closer and closer to that. And like within just the 7 years that I've been vegan, I've seen so much more come up, and it's become like so much easier to be vegan just in that span of time. Um so, then that gives me hope that like it's only going to get better. So yeah, that was a good question to end on. Thanks, Emily. You're welcome, Emily. So yeah, let's end the podcast there, guys. I am gonna try to not edit this one. I just have to edit like out when I have to have some technical difficulties maybe. Um, but yeah, let me know if you can tell the difference between the last ones where I did edit it. Oh, I was supposed to give out recommendation. I keep forgetting to have someone to shout out at the end. Whatever. Next time. Hope you guys are having a great week and day, month, and year, century. I love you, Big Naps, Dick Squad. Comment if you know what that's from. Yeah. Goodbye. Love you. Mwah. Stay chill.